try not to talk real long, and I appreciate, great turnout, that's really, I really appreciate that. I'm supposed to head back to DC on Monday morning, so it's real timely for me, and obviously the healthcare stuff, trying to put that together, and as you probably heard, Red, I had some issues with the bill and the House side, still have grave issues there. Senate bill's a little more to my liking in a number of areas, strictly cost containment, but I'm trying to get all the information I can from all the groups so that if we go down this road, that it's actually an improvement, not putting us in the wrong area. There's a lot of businesses like yours that get a lot of volume, but the margins are pretty dang tight. And so just counting paychecks and counting the amount of business doesn't really cut the mustard, or even number of employees. So I'm trying to come up with solutions to some of the problems. I've talked with the farming community, Farm Bureau, on some of the issues that they face that are slightly similar in some cases to you guys. But having said that, the other issue I hope we talk about a little bit is also immigration. A couple of colorful town halls the last 2 days, and those are the two top issues, basically, at least by a significant group of people that tend to show up at these things. And a pushback yesterday on a comprehensive approach with some of these folks. It was very interesting to see their response, actually. So I want to make sure I sync up with you guys before we start pontificating in any particulars going back to DC. It's been very busy. I've appreciated your guys' support. I know I'm not always on exactly the same page, but that's just the real world. Actually, last night at the town hall I was saying that if you can get a bill that's 60 or 70% to your liking, that's probably amazing. A lot of times it should be 1%. You're trying to figure out are you a yes or a no. So it's been a challenge in Congress. Leadership is way to the left of where I usually am, and it's difficult to pull bills back to a point where they make sense, I think, for what I would call my Main Street America. Having said that, I'm a strong proponent of moving forward on some sort of reforms. The system, I think, is generally broken, whether it's our education system, our energy policy, or even our healthcare system. But how we do that is very, very important. And not everyone comes from San Francisco or New York or Miami. And so, again, the feedback's going to be very helpful for me. The pitch I'd also make is I need your feedback on small business issues also. I am on the small business and the ag committees, and on the small business committee you have some ability, and actually I'm subcommittee chairman of the finance and tax committee, which deals a lot with a lot of the lending issues that are out there. And it's come to my attention and walking around different communities here in the district that the credit issues are huge. It was pretty apparent even back in DC, but abilities to keep your business open during the tough times with either a line of credit or renew your loan or whatever, and to even think of expanding a business. I've talked to I don't know how many folks that have been a cash only, the credit ratings, 700 plus or whatever, and they still can't get their good old buddy banks they've been with for years to do what they've done in the past. And so I've adopted a bit of a campaign put on my website for the smallest of small businesses to take advantage of this ARC program that's out there. It's a recovery loan program that grew out of the Recovery Act back in February, and it's a small little $35,000 loan you can take out that's interest-free, 100% backed by the SBA, that I'm trying to make simpler and easier to do, no fees. So it's a pretty easy way for, I'm a veterinarian, Clackamas County Veterinary Clinic. I got only 12 employees, and a $35,000 line of credit, that'd be nice to have, especially when all the banks are calling in the credit lines and making them into loans now, where all you can do is pay down, you can't use them. So I'm trying to get people aware of this, go to the website, try and access this stuff. Number one, tell me if I got like a 4-step program there about to hopefully make it easy to use, and I want to know if it's easy to use, or not. And then the second thing is, I'm pretty upfront on the website about how we've run into a lot of problems with banks, even though there's no risk on their part, 100% guaranteed, where they won't still do the program. And I want to know names and circumstances, and then I was going to call the banks in, and you can't force them to loan, but I'd maybe play the shame game a little bit. This is time to help America recover. I've got businesses, men and women that have cash, a little nervous about putting it out, but maybe this is the time to make a move in my business to target the economy as it recovers. And so I wanna see who's helping America and who's not, quite frankly, at the end of the day. So if you or any of your colleagues in small business have, issues and wanna try that, I need the feedback, because there's only one bank that I know of, and that's Albina Bank up in Northeast Portland, that's been putting out a bunch of these loans on a regular basis. But most of the other banks, big banks, and even some of the community banks appear to be locking up on us on this, and that's an opportunity.